Hello students, in this audio session I will continue with my discussion of the question answers from Ailing Planet. So let me move on to the next question. Why is it said that forest precedes mankind? Very important NCERT sample question it is. So the answer is like this: no animal on the planet Earth ever caused damage to it, but humans have been causing serious destruction upon the earth ever since they had evolved. No other species had caused destruction to this world except we humans. From the time of our evolution in this world, from the time that we evolved in this world, we went on causing destruction. By cutting down trees for their survival and development, humans have established their monopoly over the other species. Not only we have established our monopoly, but it seems that we have established our authority over the other species. We have a dominating tendency and we have more or less dominated over the other species also. Thus, with the coming of humans, the existence of forest was threatened, and in their places, human constructed cities and megacities, always at the cost of this forest. Decimation of forest or cutting down of trees and constructing cities and megacities, high-rise complexes. Now, these things ultimately deteriorates the environment. As a result, forests are forced to surrender to deserts. That is, the green forest gave space for deserts, and ultimately, it resulted in more desert areas because the forest finally they surrendered and the deserts they follow. And that in other words we can say the green forest gave space for deserts. I am moving on to my next question. What did Lester Brown mean when he said that we had not inherited this earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children? What does actually he wants to say? Lester Brown believes that the present population of the earth has no right to think that the earth is its property. Each one has to believe that he is having full responsibility to keep the earth protected from all kinds of misuse. He has to feel that the earth is a place that he has to return to the generations to come. Brown further furnishes that human beings have no right, practically speaking, they have no authority also, to misuse the components of the earth. The earth here means misuse the earth, actually means misuse the components of the earth, because we are accountable to the new generations after us. Yes, so whatever we do, we are always answerable as well as we are always accountable to the new generations after us. So tactfully and very much methodically we have to utilize and use our natural resources. I am moving on to the next question. How is population explosion the biggest threat to the existence of the ailing earth? Human population is the biggest threat to the existence of the earth. Though it reached a billion in a million years, another billion was added to the world population in just another 100 years. Every 4 or 5 days, the world population increases by 1 million. Every 4 or 5 days, the world population increases by 1 million. The effects of this dangerous increase in world population are endless because it will result in poverty, acute poverty, it will cause more unemployment. So poverty and unemployment, these are the two most important factors that results because of overpopulation. Every 4 or 5 days the world population increases by 1 million. The effects of this dangerous increase in world population are endless, yet the most catastrophic one is our present struggle for existence. But the most catastrophic one is our actual present struggle for existence. That is the most catastrophic one, disastrous one. Now I am moving on to my next question regarding that empty zoo in Lusaka and that mirror and empty cage and the signboard written the world's most dangerous animal. I am coming to that part. What does the empty cage and the board in the zoo in Lusaka mean? In a zoo in Lusaka, there is a mirror kept in one of the cages that is said to be the cage of the most dangerous animal in the world. The visitors see their own faces in the mirror and realize that they are the most dangerous animals. The message is that human beings have proved that they are more dangerous than the wild animals also, and that this is a very innovative way of explaining to the visitors, whoever passes by that particular cage, empty cage rather, that the message is very much clear and crystal clear, rather to say that yes, we are the most dangerous animal in this world. What was the question raised by the first Branded Commission? The first Branded Commission raised a very serious question to the humanity regarding its obligations. Actually, ethical obligations, there is a term in the text. I guess you have all read it once or twice, I guess. That ethical obligations, there is a term that actually means moral responsibilities. The first Branded Commission raised a very serious question to the humanity regarding its obligations to the ailing planet. It asked if we are to leave our successors, that is our future generation, a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes and ailing environment. What are we to leave for our future generation? Are we to leave for our future generation a rugged environment, a rugged landscape, deserts, advancing, and last but not the least, are we to leave for our future generation ailing environment? That was the first question raised by the Branded Commission. BRANDT, and I already told you this commission dealt with the global environmental issues overall, considering the entire world. I am moving on to my next question. What are the 4 principal biological systems? How are they the foundation of the global economic system? The 4 principal biological systems of the earth are fisheries, forest, grasslands and croplands. It is written in that book, the famous book of Lester Brown, The Global Economic Prospect, that fisheries, forest, grasslands and croplands, these are the 4 principal biological systems. In addition to supplying our food, these 4 systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthesis. Except minerals and petroleum related products, the other things are actually being provided. Other things that we human beings require, we can actually procure those things from these 4 principal biological systems. And what are those 4 principal biological systems? Number 1 is fisheries, number 2 forest, then grasslands and finally croplands. I am moving on to the next question. Question is, why is tropical forest called the powerhouse of evolution? Very famous question and very important also. It is in the heart of the tropical forest where newer plants and animals evolve to more adaptable forms. So that is the reason the tropical forests are said to be the powerhouse of evolution. And if we go on decimating the tropical forest, then not only we are decimating the tropical forest, but also the species who thrives or who yields or who actually lives in those tropical forests also, we are posing a great threat, or rather to say, we are posing a great danger to them also. I am moving on to my next question. How is population responsible for environmental degradation? How is population responsible? In what way? Very, very important question. With rising population, space that nature assigned for forest and animals is occupied by humans for their development and survival. More population means less forest and animals. Unfortunately, man's first choice is nature. Our first choice is definitely nature, and it is sadly vulnerable and an easy prey. But nature is vulnerable, it is an easy prey. When cities and mega cities occupy the major portion of the earth, the ecological balance is said to be lost. Now, when cities and mega cities occupy the bulk of the space in our earth, major portion, or we can say in other words, the bulk of the space in our earth, at that time we can say the ecological balance at that time is said to be lost. Dear students, I explained up to this question in this audio lecture session. In my next audio lecture session, I will continue with the remaining questions. Please listen to this audio lecture session also, and after listening to it, if there is any doubts, kindly let me know. Thank you, students. Thank you all.